Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy. In today's video, we are going to learn to write 10 meat words. Now let's get started. 第一个，肉，肉. It means meat. It could refers to all type of meat. Here is the evolution of the character 肉. You can see the 肉 character was evolved from the look of a piece of meat. And now let's try to write the 肉. 1、2、3、4、5、6. Okay, this is the 肉. Probably this would help you a little bit to memorize it. Is that you can imagine this is like a big door. And then you just need to write 2 more 人. Remember, this is the 人 character, which means people. So you write 2 of them here that will make the 肉. Of course, this is just a little trick to help you to memorize it, to write it, but this is not the origin of the character 肉, alright? Okay, now let's take a look at the sentence. 我每天都要吃一点肉。我每天都要吃一点肉。I need to eat a little meat every day. 我爱每天 every day. 都 means all. 要 need to. 吃 eat. 一点 a little. 肉 meat. So the whole sentence, 我每天都要吃一点肉。I every day all need to eat a little meat. 我每天都要吃一点肉。If you want to download the slide that I use in this video with the 田字格 practice sheet like this and this, you can download it from my Patreon, Mandy Mandarin. I will drop the link down below in the description box. And now let's continue to the next one. 下一个，鸡肉，鸡肉。Chicken meat. The 鸡 means chicken. 肉 is the meat. So 鸡肉, chicken meat. I have released a video about writing 10 animal words in Chinese. In that video, I explained 10 animal words like chicken, dog, pig, etc. So in this video, I'm not going to spend too much time to talk about how to write the animal, right? So if you want to learn to write the animal, please check out my other video, how to write 10 animal words. Alright, so now let's go back to this page and let's learn how to write the chicken meat. 鸡肉. The first one, 鸡. 1、2. This part represents the hand. Use the hand to fetch. And the right part. 1、2、3、4、5. This part, it means the bird. So you use your hand to fetch the bird. The bird you can use your hand to fetch on the ground. So that would be the chicken. And then the roll. 1、2、3、4、5、6. Okay, 鸡肉。我想喝一碗鸡肉汤。我想喝一碗鸡肉汤。I want to drink a bowl of chicken soup. 我爱想 want to 喝 to drink. 一碗 is a bowl of. 碗 is the measure word, a bowl. 鸡肉 chicken. 汤 is soup. You can see we have a water radical on the left side of the 汤, okay? Because the soup is made of water. Okay, so the whole sentence, 我想喝一碗鸡肉汤. I want drink a boiled chicken soup. 下一个 next one, 鸭肉 duck meat. 鸭 is the duck. 肉 is the meat. So 鸭肉 is duck meat. The first one, 鸭 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 很好，这是鸭。肉1 2 3 4 5 6. 很好，这是鸭肉。这是鸡肉还是鸭肉？这是鸡肉还是鸭肉？ Is this chicken meat or duck meat? 这 this 是 is 鸡肉 chicken meat 还是 or 鸭肉 duck meat. So the whole sentence, 这是鸡肉还是鸭肉？ This is chicken meat or duck meat. 下一个牛肉 beef. 牛 means ox or cow. 肉 means the meat. Okay, 牛肉 together, it's beef. Let's take a look at the 牛 1 2 3 4. Okay, make sure the upper stroke is shorter. The lower stroke is longer. 肉 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 牛肉。我喜欢吃牛肉面。我喜欢吃牛肉面。I like eating beef noodles. I 喜欢 like 吃 to eat 牛肉 beef 面 noodle 牛肉面 beef noodles. The whole sentence, 我喜欢吃牛肉面。很好，下一个羊肉 lamb. The 羊 means the sheep or the goat. 肉 is the meat. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's write the 羊 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, be careful. These 3 horizontal stroke here, we have medium, short, long. Okay, and then 肉 1 2 3 4 5 6. 很好。And the sentence, 这家餐厅的烤羊肉很好吃。这家餐厅的烤羊肉很好吃。 The roasted lamb at this restaurant is very delicious. Let's see. 这 is this. The 家 can be the measure word for a shop. Okay? 餐厅 is the restaurant. So 这家餐厅 this restaurant. The is the possessive marker, like this or the of. And then 烤 is to roast. 羊肉 lamb. 烤羊肉 roasted lamb. 这家餐厅的烤羊肉 So that would be this restaurant roast lamb. Okay? So in this sentence, we can also translate it into the roast lamb at this restaurant. 很 very 好吃 delicious 很好吃 very delicious 好的 So the whole sentence 这家餐厅的烤羊肉很好吃 The roast lamb at this restaurant is very delicious. 看下一个猪肉 pork 猪 is the pig 肉 is the meat So 猪肉 is the pork. 我们看猪 Let's write the 猪1 2 3 This is the dog radical. The dog radical is related to the animal with 4 feet, like dog, cat, pig, but not for ox or sheep, because the ox and the sheep, they have their own radical. Continue with the right part. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8这是猪肉1 2 3 4 5 6猪肉 OK 他把猪肉切成小块他把猪肉切成小块 He cut the pork into small pieces. Let's see. 他 is a he. The 把 actually it's a grammar structure. We have the 把 sentence. We say somebody 把 something and then the verb. So it's like somebody had this something to do something. We'll go through the whole sentence and then you will understand this structure. Alright? So 他把猪肉 is pork 切成切 is to cut 成 is into so cut into 小 small 块 pieces 小块 small pieces. Alright, so let's take a look at the whole sentence. 他 he, so that's somebody. 把 the grammar structure. 猪肉 pork. 切成 cut into. 小块 small pieces. Okay, so 他把猪肉切成小块 He got the pork cut into small pieces. That would be he cut the pork into small pieces. Questions. Can I get rid of the 把? Like, can I say 他切猪肉成小块 I just don't like the 把. So that would be he cut the pork into small pieces, just like English. Well, in that case, we will also understand. It's a sentence that makes sense, but it just sounds not so natural. So if you want your Chinese to sound more natural, it's better to use the 把 in the sentence. The whole sentence, let's read it again. 他把猪肉切成小块。下一个 Next one, 鱼肉。鱼肉 fish meat. 鱼 is the fish. 肉 is the meat. Let's write the 鱼。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8，这是鱼肉。1、2、3、4、5、6，很好，鱼肉。这块鱼肉很新鲜，是今天早上买的。这块鱼肉很新鲜，是今天早上买的。This piece of fish meat is very fresh. It was bought this morning. Okay. 这 this 块 piece 这块 this piece 鱼肉 fish meat 很 very 新鲜 fresh 这块鱼肉很新鲜 This piece of the fish meat is very fresh. The 是 can be is, are, was, were, etc. 今天 today,今天早上 morning, my, by, the. Actually, we have a grammar structure here that is 是的 structure. The 是的 structure. The 是的 structure, it's an emphasize structure. We want to emphasize what's between the 是 and the 的. For example, in this sentence, we want to emphasize the fish meat was bought today's morning. This is what we want to emphasize. Because in the first part of the sentence, we say the fish meat is very fresh, right? And we just want to emphasize, I just bought it this morning. So this is something I want to emphasize. So we put it between the 是 and the 的. That's it. I hope it makes sense to you. So the whole sentence is 这块鱼肉很新鲜，是今天早上买的。This piece of fish meat is very fresh. It was bought this morning. 下一个，瘦肉，瘦肉 lean meat. 瘦 means skinny. 肉 is meat. 瘦肉 skinny meat. So that's lean meat. Funny things to talk about is the 瘦. This is a sickness radical. It's also a very important radical in the Chinese Hanzi system. Because you can imagine, if someone got sick, he probably will get skinny, right? So that's why we have a sickness radical in the character for skinny. Now let's learn how to write it. The 瘦 1、2、3、4、5. Alright, this is the outside and it's the sickness radical. Let's fill in the inside. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。很好，这是瘦。And the next one is roll. 1、 二三四五六肉 Okay, let's get to the sentence. 这块瘦肉看起来很新鲜。这块瘦肉看起来很新鲜。这块 this piece of 瘦肉 lean meat 看起来 looks like seems like 很 very 新鲜 fresh the whole sentence 这块瘦肉看起来很新鲜。下一个 next one 肥肉肥肉 fat meat fatty meat 肥 it means fat 肉 means meat and you probably have learned the other word for fat that is 胖 this one 胖 it's also for fat so what's the difference between 胖和肥 in general I would say 胖 sounds a little bit more polite I know calling someone fat is always rude but between these two words 胖和肥 the 胖 is slightly more polite and the 肥 is slightly more rude and the 肥 is usually used to refer to the fat object like the fatty meat okay so now let's try to write the 肥一二三四 so this part it's related to the body this is the body radical and with the same writing, same stroke, it could also refer to the moon radical. I know they like, what? Why the body and the moon? Well, it's a long story. Actually, the body radical and the moon radical was different in the ancient time. But after thousands of years of evolution, in the simplified Chinese, we just combine these two radicals into one. Okay? So now you can see in this radical, it could refer to two completely different things. One is the body radical and the other one is the moon radical. And now let's continue the 肥, the right part. 一二三四很好 and then 肉一二三四五六很好这是肥肉 Sentence 医生让我多吃瘦肉少吃肥肉医生让我多吃瘦肉少吃肥肉 The doctor told me to eat more lean meat and less fatty meat. 医生 the doctor 让 is to let or make. 让我 let me, make me. 多 is a lot. 多吃 a lot. Eat, that would be eat more. 多吃 eat more. 瘦肉 lean meat. 少 a few or less. 吃 to eat. So 少吃 and eat less. Eat less. 肥肉 fatty meat. Okay, so the whole sentence 医生让我多吃瘦肉少吃肥肉 The doctor make me eat more lean meat. Eat less fatty meat. 下一个 the next one and the last one. 香肠香肠香肠 is the sausage. The 香 means smell good. The 肠 means intestines. Yeah, you know, the old traditional way to make a sausage is to put the meat into the intestines to make the sausage, and the sausage smells so good. So let's write the 香. The 香, it's a top-bottom structure. On the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, actually, this is a grain radical. And the bottom part, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the sun radical. You can imagine, after you're harvesting all the grain like rice, like wheat, and you want to dry it up, so you will put it under the sun to dry it up. And it will smell so good. That's the smell of the grain, the rice, and the wheat. So that's the origin of the character, 香. And then let's continue with the 肠. 肠 on the left side, we also have a body radical. And then the right part. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 3 twists. 1, 2. Okay? 香肠。他切了几片香肠，放在面包上。他切了几片香肠，放在面包上。He cut a few slices of sausage and put them on the bread. 他 he 切 cut. L is the past tense, like the ed in English. So 他切了 he cut. 几片 a few slides. The 片 could mean slide or piece. And the 几 is a few or several. So 几片 a few slide. 香肠 sausage. 放 put. 放 put. 在 is in, on, at. 面包 bread. 上 is on. So 在面包上 on the bread. Okay, so the whole sentence. 他切了几片香肠，放在面包上。He cut a few slices of sausages, put on the bread. So that's all the meat word we are going to learn in this video. Let's do a very quick review. 肉，鸡肉，鸭肉，牛肉，羊肉，猪肉，鱼肉，瘦肉，肥肉，香肠，很好。I hope you learned something from this video. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow my channel. If you want to download the slide that I use in this video, you can download it from my Patreon, Mandy Mandarin. I'll drop the link down below in the description box. So that's it for today, and I'm Mandy. I'll see you in the next video.